Hey viewers, what's going on? Welcome back to the Capcom vs Konami series. This is the Chilean Retro Gamer, and today I'm going to be starting a new playthrough. As you can tell, I'm going to be doing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 back from the sewers on the Game Boy, which is, well, it's kind of obvious, but I still have to mention it. It's the sequel to the very first Ninja Turtles game for the Game Boy that was called The Fall of the Foot Clan. By the way, this playthrough is also going to be available on g2po.com, which is a gaming community I just joined. I got contacted to be part of the directors team, or the partners from that website, so I'm also going to be uploading my playthroughs on that site. I'll be providing the necessary links on the description for you to get involved with the community, and also if you want to support me from there instead of YouTube, whatever is fine. So yeah, I'll make sure to be playing as every single character, every single turtle on each act. I'm playing as Raphael first in Act 1, and as you can tell, this game is pretty similar to the very first Game Boy game in terms of gameplay, which is a sort of combination between platforming and beat-em-up elements, which is actually fine taking into account this is a Game Boy game that came out in '91. So we cannot really demand so much in terms of graphics and gameplay. Even so, it's a fun game to play. It's not as good, of course, as the arcade releases or the arcade game for or the beat 'em ups for the NES, but still a very decent game to go through. And well, there are so many Ninja Turtles games that instead of complaining, we should be grateful for at least having different ports on different systems of the exact same franchise. Not something I really complain about myself. Anyway, as you can tell, the gameplay is similar, and how enemies work in general is quite similar as well, because we have these ninjas that come from the front and from behind. Some of them give you pizzas in order to recover some of your health. And of course, it's gonna become harder as you go through, since the pattern of these ninjas is going to be constantly changing. They're gonna be jumping all of a sudden, or doing slides, or throw things at you like those bombs you saw before. So yeah, the patterns will be constantly changing, and I guess that's what gives most of the challenge to this particular title. It's actually harder than the first game. I don't know how longer it is. I remember the first game had 5 acts. I don't think this is going to be so much longer, to be honest, because Game Boy games, especially at the beginning of the 90s, had the tendency to be very short games, especially the ones made by Konami. I clearly remember a couple of examples of that. But even so, this is actually just fine to go through in order to take a look at the game and try to establish the differences with the other Ninja Turtle titles. So yeah, let me tell you a bit more about the G2PO offer. I got contacted through private message on YouTube by the person in charge of, recruitment of future partners. And well, I had an experience with another gaming community. So yeah, it's been a while since I was solo, so to speak. So I decided to give this a chance and get my stuff more promoted. And they have their own uploader as well, so it would be good to have another fan base different from the one on YouTube. It is always a good thing to have. Right, now that I'm done with the main part of the level, now I deal with a escape-based area in which you have basically to do a lot of platforming and of course kill some enemies at the same time. Actually, this music is pretty cool, I like it. And these are the different patterns I told you about. Some of them slide, some of them throw bombs, jump kick. So in that sense, the game cannot be considered a predictable title, a predictable one. And here we have some mini-boss section that consists of a bunch of enemies, a big wave of enemies jumping at you and trying to kick your ass, which is kind of a tendency in Konami games in general. I just remember Russian Attack, and there are a couple of games in which you actually see a lot of enemies coming from some area trying to attack you all at the same time. And they give you some more pizza for you to fight the first boss of the game, which is Rocksteady, as you can see. And my main piece of advice for fighting bosses in general, I don't know how applicable it is for this particular boss since it's not difficult, but the main idea is to hit him once and then go away, for you not to get hit back. The bosses tend to react very quickly once you hit them. So basically what you have to do here is to hit them once, wait for the enemy to attack you back, and then you can attack him again. That's basically what I suggest. Again, it's not really noticeable the reaction from the boss from this particular boss, but in the next ones you actually have to keep some distance if you want to avoid getting hit so much. I got hit a few times already because I haven't been able to get the pattern so much, but in general this is easy. So now we're gonna do the bonus game. It basically consists of recovering all of the health you have lost throughout the level. So basically here you have to get all the pizza you can. If you get all of the pizzas on this bonus game, you're going to recover all of your health at the end of it. But well, I couldn't get it because I forgot completely about how to slide below these pipes. Basically you have to press jump and attack at the same time for you to do the slide. It's a little bit complicated, no big deal, but still. And now Act 2. We are gonna play as Donatello. We're gonna follow this order. Act 3 will be for Michelangelo and Act 4 for Leonardo, which was my favorite character as a kid on the TV show. This level is actually quite similar to one level from the arcade Ninja Turtles game that basically consisted of you riding a skateboard on the street and dealing with ninjas on helicopters and other ninjas on skateboards as well. These vehicle-based levels tend to be quite shorter than the rest of the average level that tend to have several sections. But not because of that it's gonna be easier or anything. You will see that some type of enemies are actually quite annoying to destroy. For example, that one that threw the boomerang or whatever he threw at me. The thing is, you have to wait for the ninja to get to the other side of the screen, because even if you try to hit the ninja while he is moving towards your position, he won't die. It's like some sort of invincibility frame that goes on right there. Okay, for this part you cannot destroy the barrels yourself. I tried to do it. As you can tell, you cannot destroy the barrel, so you basically just have to avoid. It's not even hard. So this is what I told you about, see? I tried to hit the enemy while he was moving fast, but it wasn't possible. Like there was some sort of invisibility frame. So you have to wait for the ninja to go to the other side, avoid his attack, and then attack you back. Or attack him back, rather. And as I said at the beginning, these levels tend to be very short compared to the normal ones. So now we're going to fight immediately the second boss, that is Bebop, as you can see. And in here, it actually applies what I told you about regarding hit and run, literally. Because the enemy is going to be constantly moving, you have little time to hit him, and you have to escape immediately, otherwise you're gonna get punched back. As you can see. That it just happened. Right now I'm just taking hits because I want to kill him fast. He actually has more energy than me, so I have to be careful in that sense. But that's fine. I guess in theory, this character got a better ranged base attack. I don't know how much of a difference there is, to be honest. But even so, even if it was close, I beat the boss rather quickly. And now I'm gonna do the second bonus game, which, as you can see, looks a bit easier than the first one. Remember, you needed to slide it and press the two buttons all the time. Right here, just need to climb up. Just do this by jumping twice, basically. And again, if you get all the pizza... I think I'm missing that one. Okay, never mind. but you can get perfect and recover all of your health for you to be 100% prepared for the next act. I missed one pizza this time, but at least I'm going to get, yeah, to the half of my health. Alright, next time I'm going to be doing Acts 3 and 4 playing as Michelangelo and Leonardo respectively. So thanks a lot for watching, see you later.